Yo guys, back to another video. In this video we're checking out the best and most fun teams to do a career mode with on FIFA 21. It's coming up very soon. If you guys do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, comment your thoughts on these teams, and if you would have picked other teams in the comments down below, and subscribe for more FIFA 21 content. And yeah, make sure to watch till the end for a very special club. Okay, let's go. First off, we've got Leeds United, who just got promoted to the Premier League, and the competition they have is the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup and the Premier League. Now this will probably be one of the most exciting and hottest career modes of FIFA 21. I will definitely be doing one on my channel as soon as the game comes out, and this is really interesting because they just got promoted, but they're a big club with a big history, with a big cabinet as well. They've won the English top flight, so the Premier League, at 3 different occasions, so that's 3 league titles. They've also been European Cup, that would mean Champions League, runner-ups, so they do have a big history with a lot of achievements, a lot of trophies. And yeah, can you build them back and get them back to where they once were? They do have a lot of young players in Calvin Phillips, for example, who got a team of the season card in FIFA 20. They do have more experienced players like Kiko Casilla in goal or Pablo Hernandez. So what can you do with Leeds United? They will definitely have a bigger budget because they just got promoted, and this will be very interesting. Without a doubt, one of my favorite teams for FIFA 21. Comment your thoughts in the comments down below, and yeah, let's move on to the next team. Next up, we've got a team that's very similar to Leeds United, and that's Nottingham Forest. The only big difference between these two clubs is 2 things. The first one is that Nottingham Forest did not get promoted. They just missed out on the playoffs, so they're still in the championship. And the second difference is that I'd say Nottingham Forest has a bigger and richer history when it comes to titles, trophies and just achievements in general. They've won the Champions League, or the European Cup as it was called back in the day, twice. So they're 2-time Champions League winners. If that ain't enough, they're 2-time FA Cup winners and 1-time English First Division, so the Premier League winners. So they are a big club. They also have a capacity of over 30,000 in their stadium, and on top of that, they were founded like 150 years ago. So they are a big club. Next up, we've got WYCOMBE Wanderers with Akinfenwa right there, and these guys did just get promoted to the championship for the first time ever. They've never been in the Premier League or the championship. This is the first time they ever get promoted to the championship, and the fun thing about this career mode is that they don't have that big history or those young good players with a lot of potential. They don't have that, okay? They have Akinfenwa, who's probably their most well-known player. He's not the best, he's probably one of the worst ones if I'm honest, but he's the most famous one. But they don't have anyone else than that you're gonna know of unless you watch English football, like League 1 or League 2 football. So this is a really fun project. You're probably gonna spend a lot of seasons here. You're not gonna have a big transfer budget in your first season. You're gonna have to just grind it out and just successively buy players, train players, get in academy players, and eventually you might find yourself in the Premier League and then in the Champions League, and just see how far you can go with this team. Because for me, again, it's a really fun team because of, like, it's the first time they're in the championship and they got promoted, and you probably saw that Akinfenwa interview where he spoke about Klopp and everything. So again, a very fun career mode that's gonna take some time. It's not a 1 or 2 season career mode, it's a 5, 6, 7 season one, and yeah, very good one. I'll probably do this one as well, so subscribe to not miss out on that. And yeah, let's move on to the next team, where we have Arsenal. Now this is the first Premier League team and it's the biggest one so far, and I have put the Europa League competition there. They might get Europa League. It all depends on how it goes against Chelsea in the FA Cup final. If they do win the FA Cup final, they do get Europa League next season. But if they don't win it, which they probably won't, but they could do, then they won't get it. Now Arsenal is a very good one, which is one of the most famous ones every year. I mean, it's one of the most common career modes on all of YouTube, I would guess, because they do have a lot of problems and a lot of things to fix. I mean, their defense is terrible, their midfield is questionable, their attack is good, I'll give them that, but their defense is not good and it needs to get sorted out. Now, the thing with Arsenal is that they used to be I mean, they still are a big club, but they used to be massive with the likes of Perez, Henry, Bergkamp, Vieira, and on and on and on. But they have fell off, but it looks like they are kinda on the right track now with Arteta. And on top of that, what makes this career mode very, very interesting and very fun to play is the amount of young players they do have in the squad. They do have Saka, they have Nketiah, they have Saliba who you can bring back from loan, they have Tierney, the left back. They have a lot of different players, and Martinelli as well. They have a lot of young players with a lot of potential who you can build your squad around and just let these guys develop and train them up to beast players basically. So that's why this is a good career mode. I mean, you can win the Premier League and then qualify to the Champions League and win that, and then you're pretty much done. So this could be a career mode that lasts maybe 2 seasons, 3 seasons, or if you want it to last longer, if it doesn't go your way, it might last 4 or 5 seasons. So yeah, it's a very good career mode. I like it a lot. I mean, I like career modes where you know the players, like Aubameyang, you know Lacazette, you know Guendouzi, you know all of these Arsenal players in real life. You watch them and etc. Whereas with other career modes, you have no kind of relation to these players. You do not know anything about them. You do not know who is the big guy in the club, who actually gets playing time, who the fans actually like. Whereas with this Arsenal career mode, you already know that, which I enjoy personally. So yeah, let's move on to the next squad. Next up, we're just gonna leave England for a bit. We'll come back, but we're leaving to Italy for Inter Milan. Now, these guys used to be European giants. They were Champions League winners, Serie A winners for years upon years, and they were huge. And I think we all know that they have the likes of Samuel Eto'o, Ronaldo Nazario, Milito, Wesley Schneider, and so on and so on. But they did fall off, and Juventus conquered Europe, and Italy. Juventus conquered Italy, and they still do. Now, Inter finished in 2nd place this season, which is a step in the right direction, and they do have a couple of big names in their squad. They have the likes of Lautaro Martinez, who's young, fresh, and looking very, very good. They have Lukaku, who's been very good this season, breaking his own goal scoring record. They have Eriksen, who's a great player. They have Ashley Young. They have Alexis Sanchez, who I think is going back to United, or maybe not, we'll see. So they do have a big squad with big players, and your job is to make sure that these guys get back to the level they once were at. European champions, Champions League winners, Serie A winners year after year. So yeah, that's why this is a good career mode if you want to play it outside of England. I know England is a very, very popular place to play because there are big squads in the whole of Premier League. I mean, every other game is a big game, but the Serie A isn't too bad either. They have a lot of good squads there as well. So yeah, that's this one, and let's move on to the next one, which is in Italy, and it's a very, very similar club in terms of aesthetics. It's black and blue, and it's Atalanta, who has had a very, very, very big season this year. They've had the best season of their history, I believe. They're gonna finish in the top 4 if I'm not mistaken. They were close to the first position, if I remember correctly, and they're still in the Champions League in the quarterfinals to face Paris Saint-Germain, which is a big game. So yeah, they're having the season of their life right now. And can you take over this job and keep the momentum going, and maybe challenge Juventus for a title, and maybe in a couple of years challenge for the Champions League? Because they do have some big names like Papu Gomez. He's a very, very big player. So yeah, Atalanta, very good career mode in my opinion. And yeah, go for it. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have the best team in my opinion of this video, and it's Atletico Madrid. Now, this is also an interesting one. They are a big club, a big team. They have big players. They've had big players like Griezmann, but they still have very, very good players. Now, what can you do with Atletico Madrid? They have come very, very, very close in the past. They have reached the Champions League final twice in the last decade. They reached it in 2014 and lost against Real Madrid, and reached it in 2016 and lost it against Real Madrid as well on penalties. So this is a very, very unfortunate club. They always, or I mean usually, reach the semi-finals of the Champions League, but they never really make it. And they did win the La Liga, I believe, in 2014, I believe, or 15, or something like that. But they've never won it since then. Can you take Atletico Madrid to the place where they were so near to come but never quite reached, which would mean winning the Champions League and winning the La Liga once again. So yeah, this is a very good career mode. It's not as challenging as the other ones, I would say. You can quite literally do this in one season. So yeah, go for it. It's not gonna take a lot of time, but it could take some time. I think it will be fun either way. If it takes time, it's gonna be fun. If it doesn't take time, it's gonna be fun, because I think it's a good team to play with. They have decent players, and it's realistic for them to win the league. You know, sometimes you play with squads that aren't really big, like let's say Southampton, and you win the league. That ain't fun. It isn't realistic. Whereas if you win it with Atletico Madrid, it seems realistic, which I think is a big benefit. So yeah, let's move on to the next team, which also is in Spain, but it is in the second division, and it's Malaga. Yes, Malaga are in the second division. Can you believe that? I always saw Malaga as one of those, not big teams, but one of those middle table, or like middle/top table teams in Spain, which they once were. They did reach the quarterfinals of the Champions League a couple of years back, and they had young great players like Isco, as you can see there on the picture, but they fell off big time, and now they're in the second league. They used to be like not massive, but they were big in my opinion. So your objective with this team is to get them back where they once were. They used to be in the La Liga, and they used to be like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, not in the second division. And as a matter of fact, they're in the second division, and they've finished, I believe, like 14th this season. So they have a lot to work on, and you don't have the biggest budget, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. So yeah, that's why this is a good career mode in my opinion. And yeah, keep it short. Let's move on to the next one, which is back in England in the Premier League, and it's Chelsea. This is a good one, okay? This is again, like Atletico Madrid, one of the easier ones, but again, very, very, very fun. They have a lot of young players upcoming, so Tammy Abraham, you have Tomori, you have Mason Mount as well. So you have a lot of youngsters to work with, which is very good. And you also have a lot of new signings to work with, which I also always enjoy. You have Timo Werner, who's coming in, who has already come in. You have Ziyech, and you have Havertz, who is on the way in most likely, and they will probably get some defenders as well. So you have a very strong squad in Chelsea, but they haven't won any of the big titles in a couple of years. I think they did win the Premier League in 2016, but nothing since then. And with Frank Lampard coming in, they are looking much better. But can you win the Premier League and win the Champions League with Chelsea and get them back where they once were in their glory days with Didier Drogba and Frank Lampard? That's your objective. Again, keep it short, keep it simple, move on to the next team. And this is probably the most unique and special one. Hear me out. This club is called Salford City, and it's owned by Manchester United legend. It's literally owned by Manchester United legend. It's owned by Paul Scholes, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, Giggs, and David Beckham, and one or two other guys whom I can't remember their names, but it's literally owned by Manchester United legends, and it's their first or second year in FIFA. They got promoted to League 2, so this is a real grind. This is for everyone who loves grinding out career mode, playing 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 seasons. Imagine playing with these guys, the club of David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Phil and Gary Neville, getting to the Premier League, facing Manchester United, winning the Premier League, going to the Champions League, winning the Champions League with this squad. That is a project, and that's a really big career mode. I might do this one, and yeah, this is for the ones who love grinding out career mode. And yeah, that's it guys. If you did enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for FIFA 21 content every day until release and even after that. And yeah guys, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.